So we've got Swiss cheese here. Margaret, she's in Switzerland, bless her. What's she doing then? She's going to a local supermarket that sells this cheese. Each box of Red Boston cheese costs that many francs, and it weighs that. In England, a box of Red Boston cheese costs this per kilogram. The exchange rate is that. Work out whether Red Blanc cheese is better value for money in Switzerland or England. So, step one is we've got a problem here because this is measured in 160 grams and the cost of a box of cheese is per kilogram is that. So what I'm actually going to do is change the English value here. So I've got that per kilogram. So I'm going to divide that by 1,000 because that'll give me what 1 gram is. And when I've done that, so 0.01355 pence. I'm going to times that value by 160, which will then give us £2.17. So that's the price in England for 160 grams. So what we then do is take our Swiss francs, which is 3.10, and we know for every 1.65 Swiss francs we get a pound. So if I divide how many 1.65s are into that, that will then tell us the price, which will be £1.87. So which one's better value? It's better value in Switzerland. Question 6. So this is looking to me, you can see a style of a question to see what it looks like, and this looks to me like a two-way table. So what we'll look to do is draw the two-way table out. We've got children, activities day, bowling, cinema, skating, and girls, I'm guessing girls and boys are split up. Looks like that, but it doesn't really say about boys, interestingly. So the rest of the children went skating. I think, yeah, it's talking about girls and boys. So what we've got is a two-way table. Again, use a ruler please in the exam. So that's an atrocious piece of work, but you get the idea. Boys, girls, total. And what can they do? They can go bowling, they can go to the cinema, and they can go skating. And that gives a total there. So we've got 120 in total overall. Some children went bowling, some children went to the cinema, and the rest went skating. 66 of these children were girls, so the total were girls, 66. 28 out of the 66 girls went bowling, so 28 went bowling. 36 children went to the cinema. 20 of the children who went to the cinema were girls. And 15 boys went skating. I missed that about boys there, but yeah, 15 went skating. So what we can do then is start creating these numbers. Now it works out the numbers of children who went bowling, so we've eventually got to get this number here. So add these two together, that gives you 16. Give you 16, sorry, to give you 36. 28 and 20 give you 48. So what if we add to 48 to then get to 66? Well, that's going to be 18. 15 and 18 then give us 33. You can work that out now from this way, but I prefer to work out the others first to make sure this is definitely works and check it down and check it across. 66 plus what gives us here? That's 54. 16 and 15 is 31, so that'll give you 23. 23 plus 28, that'll give us 51. And we check by going across, that's 87. It works out right, so 51 is our answer. Question 7. So we've got a company here, and it sends every item by mail by second class post. Table shows information about the cost of sending a letter and a packet by second class. The company sends 420 items by second class post. The ratio of number of letters sent to the number of packets was 5 to 2. So before we do anything else really, I'm going to work out that. So if we've got 420 items and the ratio was 5 to 2, then what are we doing here? Well, ratio of letters, so that's letters and that's packets. If we add the ratio together, that'll give us 7 parts. So to work out what one part is worth, we divide 420 by 7. So 420 divided by 7 gives you 60. So times this by 60, which will give you 300, and this by 60 will give you 120. So you now know how many packets and letters have been produced. It then says 2/3 of the packets were in the weight range of 0 to 100 grams. So let's just talk about packets here. So 0 to 100 grams, 2/3 of that. So we divide it by 3, which gives us a third, and times it by 2. So that gives us 80. The other packets were in the range of 101 to 250. So I can just work out that straight away, that'll be 40. Work out the total cost of sending all these items second class post. So what we've got then is the cost. So the cost will be 80 packets at 0 to 10, so that's 1.17. We've got then 40 at between 100 and 250, which is £1.51. And then we've got our letters, there's 300 of them, and each letter costs 32 pence. So working all this out, so that's £93.60. We've then got £60 and 40 pence, and £96. So if we add these all together, that will then give us £250 cost in total. So that was then for question 7. Question 8. Looking at a graph here. So it worked out the gradient of a straight line. Water flows a cylindrical tank. So again, what I'll do is I'll take some values here. This point here and this point here look good. So we've dropped by 20, and that's taken us 5 hours. So if we do the difference in y, so it's minus 20 because it's dropped, divided by 5, that will then give us minus 4. So it's minus 4. What does that mean? It means it drops minus 4 centimetres per hour. Write down the practical interpretation of the value you worked out in part A. Oh, so I've just actually put that down. So we'll do it again here. It drops 4 centimetres every